Welcome back to B Sports Podcast. I'm your host, B Hooks, and today we got a good one, baby. Morant suspended 25 games from the NBA. Let's get into it. Let's go. Are we live? Oh. All right, man. Y'all heard it here first, man. Y'all know about the Morant situation, man. He was pretty much Adam Silver from the NBA, the commissioner. He went ahead and suspended Morant 25 games, man. Y'all let me know how y'all feel. Do y'all feel like that was a lengthy suspension, or was it not enough games? Um, for what had happened. So let's get right into it. So basically, what we have here, man, is that 25 games for an NBA player. That's quite a bit, because you gotta play a maximum of like 60 games before you can get to to be on like the NBA All First Team, NBA All Second Team, or Third Team. And so basically, his rights for that has been forfeited because he's not going to be able to play enough games right in the season. And then with that, that's going to take away some of his other incentives in his contract as far as money wise. So they're not going to make the playoffs, because with him missing 25 games, they're definitely not making the playoffs. And then so he's not going to be able to get, the extra incentives in the playoffs. He's not going to be able to get the extra incentives as far as NBA first, second, or third team. So all that has been taken away from him, right? And then he's suspended without pay for those 25 games. So it's starting to get a little bit real for you now, Josh. So hopefully this was a like a wake up call for you, to where you could really really try and do things a different way, because right now it's not looking good for you right now, bro. But in other news, let's talk about like who Morant's publicist is, right? Like, does he have a publicist? Do you guys know? Is it Morant's publicist, or is this Ja Count? Because whoever it is who came out and said that it was a toy gun that he had flashed on the ground, they need to be choke slammed, DDT,
Elias, no, DDT! Could be
guillotine,
it is all over!
and whatever else you can think of, man. Because for them to come out and say that, that just making the matters worse. Because at the end of the day, if it was really a toy gun, why would you not come out and say that the day that it happened, or the day after that it happened? Why would you wait weeks and weeks after you've been publicized in the media, criticized by your peers in the NBA, on Sports Center, ESPN, you on B Sports Podcast, like all these things that are going on? Why would you wait until now to come out and say that? It's a little bit too late for that now, Ja. It's a little bit too late for that now. So it's just kind of like, hey, what are we doing right now? Like, what are we doing? Are we really trying to fix this issue, or are we just trying to mend it? Because of the simple fact is, it's like, man, it seems like everybody is against me, and I need to do better, which you definitely do. But in the end of it, man, all we want you to do, we want you to be well. We want you to do well. We want you to do good. It's not like we're all just coming at you, for the simple fact that you're in the media. It's just because you're a young brother who has a generational talent that we may not see for a while, for a long time. And what you have to understand is that the NBA really don't need you. Like, the NBA, and what you're seeing is that the NBA doesn't need you, bro, because they have other talents coming from the D League, international players coming from, grooming them up from high school to the D League or wherever else, that it's other players that the NBA is going to be okay. They're going to get their money and they're going to protect their brand, right? And for you, Ja, you got to be able to make sure that you can protect your brand and keep on, putting yourself in a situation to thrive and not, keep on going down the lane that you're going down, right? And you know that. I mean, I don't have to come on here and tell you that, but at the end of the day, I'm just hoping that you can really see, there is light at the end of the tunnel as long as you change. Um, so here we go, guys. Let me read you guys a statement from. Let me read you guys a statement from Ja, as far as what he had just said. As far as like apologizing again, to the world, to the media, to his team, and to the NBA. So here we go. So I've had the time. Hold on. Cue the music, baby. Where the music at? All right, there it goes. All right. I've had time to reflect and realize how much hurt I've caused. I want to apologize to the NBA, the Grizzlies, my teammates, and the city of Memphis. To Adam Silver, Zach Kleiman, and Robert Piera, who gave me the opportunity to be a professional athlete and have supported me. I'm sorry for the harm I've done. To the kids who look up to me, I'm sorry for failing you as a role model. I promise I'm going to be better. I promise I'm going to be better. To all my sponsors, I'm going to be a better representation of our brands. Ja, you're going to have to be a better representation of your brands, because at the end of the day, they want to get paid. You want to get paid. You can't be out there doing that. So hopefully in this statement that you're making, it's true. And to all of my fans, I'm going to make it up to you. I promise. Well, you ain't going to make it up to them next season, because the 25 games that you're going to be suspended, y'all not making the playoffs. I'm spending the off season and my suspension, continuing to work on my own mental health and decision making. Okay, here we go. All right. Look, is every problem now in the world a mental health issue? Because at this moment in time, dude, you were on social media flashing the gun. That doesn't seem like a mental health issue to me. That seems like an issue of, hey, y'all, look at me. I got this blicky on me. I got my boys with me. I'm Ja Morant. It's time to turn up. That seems like you want to be out in the public. You want to be seen. You want people to think that you're something that you're not. That doesn't seem like a mental health issue. A mental health issue to me, for me, is, who can I say? Like a Delonte West, right? A Delonte West type of player, or things that are going on with him is more of a mental health issues. He got issues like chemically in his brain that's not firing off. That's going to make him think the right thing at the right moment. That's why he's going off on the rails and doing what he's doing. This is not a mental health issue to me, So y'all leave me your comments, man. Is this a mental health to y'all? I don't see that it is. I'm also going to be training so that I'm ready to go back when I get back on the court. I know my teammates are going to hold it down, and I'm so sorry I won't be out there with you at the beginning of the season. Hold on. I got to take a drink on this one. Ja said his teammates are going to hold it down. What are they going to hold down? What are they going to hold down? Because with you being gone 25 games, they ain't hold nothing down. Except that Gatorade and them seats that they gonna be sitting on. Y'all not making the playoffs without Ja? Y'all done got rid of Dylan Brooks. The one who said he likes to poke bears. Now he gonna be poking bears in Shanghai. Right? He gonna be poking bears in Shanghai. He probably not even gonna be in the league. And then the guys that y'all have, y'all just don't have enough to keep it up to where you're gonna make the playoffs. I'm trying to tell you, they probably in 25 games, they may win 10 of those games. You're definitely not making the playoffs with that. I hope you give me the chance to prove to you over time I'm a better man than what I've been showing you. Man, I hope so, Ja. I really do hope so, man. I hope that, at the point of, that you're at right now, you're not at the point of no return, but you are at a point where you're at where you have to make these changes. And if you're being sincere about this, and this wasn't like an AI post, that was computer generated, then I think you'll be fine. I definitely think you'll be fine, because if this was you or your publicist, then that's what they should have had done. That's what they should have had said before, beforehand. Which you did apologize the first time, but then you did the same thing again, and here we are again discussing the same matter. So hopefully you can get it right, Ja. Hopefully you can. Um, but let's take it one further. In my opinion, though, let's take it one further. I think that Ja probably should be traded to another team so he can go to another city. Because in Memphis, you got you got the hip hop culture. You got Yo Gotti. You got coming to the games. You got Finesse 2 times coming to the game. RP Young Dolph, when he was alive, he was coming to the game. So there was a lot of the hip hop culture there sitting front row. So when Ja's there, he's seeing it. He's like, "Oh man, I'm part of the culture. So I gotta shoot a three and do a two step down the court or something, or after the game, I'm going to the strip club, balling with them. Then catching another flight somewhere else. So for all that not to happen, if the Memphis Grizzlies, like the ownership of the Memphis Grizzlies, really care about Ja in this situation, and not just the money that he's bringing in for their team, then trade him off. I would trade him off to send him to like Utah or something. Ain't nothing going down in Utah, but some pretty mountains. Ain't nothing going down in Utah. Send him to Utah. See if he can get out there, and do what he wanted to do out there. And I guarantee he would be less in the media, because it'd be less of a following for him to try and get him to go out here and do this and and do that or whatever. So to me, in my opinion, what y'all think? I think he should go. I think it doesn't have to be Utah. It definitely doesn't have to be Utah, but trade him to another city where he'll have a fresh start. He's a young. He's a young brother. He's still impressionable, young mind. But he does need a little help as far as not being persuaded, by his boys, or by the hip hop culture that's in Memphis, because it really is a big deal. That's like the center of hip hop right now. And if he's going to be around that, then it's a certain way you got to move, and it's a certain way you got to do things, because right now I just feel like it's just too much for him. It's just too much for him. Like, a young athlete, flashy, but it's just like, dude, that wasn't you growing up. We've seen your background, we've seen your backstory. That wasn't you growing up. So why wait till you become a millionaire, and have all these talents to become a thug? You know what I'm saying? Like, you go from rags to riches, and now you're going from now you go from a millionaire to a thug. That correlation doesn't add up. That correlation doesn't add up. So hopefully you can get this right, man. Y'all leave me your comments in the comment description. Once again, this is B Sports Podcast. Thank you for taking out the time with me. We out.